Hello everyone, Corn here and welcome to my channel. I'd like to thank all of my subscribers for visiting, and I'd like to thank anyone who comes by to see this project share. I really appreciate it and thank you. And I need to let you know that through no fault of my own, a mistake was made. Therefore, I made this. This is two file folders that I put together and tried to make similar to an earlier giveaway I had, so I made this for Jackie. I have evidence that the YouTube algorithm deleted Jackie's comment, and that's why everything happened with the altered file folder giveaway. And I do not normally do this, but I want it to be fair, and that's why I made this for Jackie. I believe in fairness, and I believe that in this world there's a lot of things that go on that are very unfair, and I do not want to contribute to that. Okay, now with that said, let's get on with the project share. Now, this is similar to the other one I did, but of course the paper is different because I no longer had any of the other paper. And but it has similar things. It does have flips, and it does have a file folder that I made and things like that. And there's the back. So let's start with the front. So I had, well, I guess first off I should say that these were white file folders, and I went with the Distress Ink vintage photo over everything inside and out, and then tried to do a little heavier around the edges. And then I did some stamping and some words, several word stamps, and I don't remember who makes those. And then a butterfly, wooden, you know, the rubber stamp on a wood block. I did that I got at Hobby Lobby for 75% off. That was fun. Remember, I'm not very gifted when it comes to stamping. So I had, I think my last video was dyeing coffee filters with tea, and I also dyed some with pink paint. This is a coffee filter right here, and the paint I used was Apple Barrel that you can get at Walmart for hardly any money, and it's called Cameo Pink. And as you see, it's more, to me it looks like more of a vintage pink. So I was really happy with how that came out. And this is one of the envelopes that you can make with coffee dyes. And then within it, it has just little ephemera pieces. And you can also put one that size too, depending on how you fold your coffee filter. And that I put in here because it's just a way, I don't put it all the way in because it helps to hold down this. I need you all also to know I did not tie. I will be putting a ribbon like I made for this to go in it with the sari silk around it to close it. But I didn't do it because I knew I was going to show it today. And then I made a pull-out here for journaling. And I want to thank Trina from Trina's Place for the butterflies. She gifted those to me. She's such a darling. This has lots of flowers and butterflies. Lots. Oh, and I just decorated this. This is a ribbon. These two pieces that I got at Hobby Lobby. Some dyed, I dye, oh boy, I'm drawing a blank. Seam binding, and then a little applique with the pearl. And then this is a little flip out too. This is a little envelope that I made. And I got this paper from, I hope I'm in frame. I got this paper from Amazon. And then I thought that Jackie could write here on this. This is an applique trim that I cut. You know, I cut each butterfly separately. And then it also has some little vintage goodies in it. And enjoy, which I hope she does enjoy this. And I did do quite a few die cuts. I used some dies that I had never used before, and I wanted to do them in white because I personally like something that is vintagey with a stark white on it, because it reminds me of doing like a silhouette, and instead of using black, using the white. And I personally like white and the almost khaki-like colored, taupe-like color that we achieve. And then you open this up. I have to stand up, I think, to make sure you get it. Okay. Okay. And when you open it up, there's tuck spot on this side. And again, the white butterfly. This, like I said, I don't remember where I got the dies. This was in the paper pad. The paper pad is an older, I don't know how long it's been out, but it's been out for a while. It's die cuts with the view primrose. And then this came with it. And for her to use how she would like, or to journal on, or to put a picture on and then journal on the back, whichever way she would like. This is a flip out too of a envelope that, did I make this one? I think so. It's been a while since I've been working on this. I have this butterfly clip that I put on to keep this. Jennifer, who is a trace of, is it a trace of sparkle? I think. Yes, a trace of sparkle here on YouTube. She showed us the ones she makes that it's just like a little, you know, journaling section that you can put over a page or in your journals or over anything, you know. And this is from the paper pad, and it is one-sided, so I took the other side, used my sponge sugar, distress ink, and put my Tim Holtz lace stencil over that, and that's how I dealt with the white other side. Because I liked this so much, that's why I reversed it. Normally I would, you know, have this on the inside, but I just thought it came out so nice. I love that. That's my favorite stencil ever. So, and then I do have a pocket here, and again, thank you, Trina, for my butterfly. And this is embossed. This is a lace embossing folder, and what I did is I put my antique linen on the embossing folder itself before it went through the machine. And then this has some goodies inside too. And then again, you're going to, like I said, you're going to see lots of die cuts, because I was on that machine so much. I had been on the machine so much with my cards. I get to go back to my cards soon. And then this, this comes out, this flower comes out like this. And I didn't want to see this paper in the background, and I didn't want to do another die cut to put behind it. So, or even trace around it, as you know, and then you can put behind it. So what I ended up doing was taking my alcohol markers and doing that, the veins, and then I put some stickles that is in, no, it's not in Stardust, in the frosted lace, so that it kind of calmed down that dark pink. And then this is a little envelope. It doesn't open up. I made that she can use as an embellishment, and she can use any of these embellishments to make it her own too. And then a few pieces to vintage goodies. Love that. And the thing about that paper pad, when it comes to green, the designer used yellow green and blue green. So that was kind of cool. You know, we got to use every shade of green. And then, let me see if you can still see. Yep. And then this side, we have another, I punched out a circle. This is my favorite paper in the pad. And I only put this piece here. But yes, this is one of mine, that envelopes that I made. And the reason I can always tell is if the ink is going everywhere, you know, if you ink up all your edges. And I make these all the time, just a little journaling spot that, or if you've got a tiny picture of a loved one, and then journal about them. And I just took, this is a die cut that I had that die out anyway because of my cards. And I thought, oh, perfect, it fits perfect. Fussy cut the rose out. And then this is some older music paper. So that goes in there. And then inside the envelope itself is some journaling cards. They're very tightly in there, and I'm going to leave them that way. And then we've got some ephemera here, some crowns, and some cut-aparts. And then if she wants to do some pictures in this, she can do a moment captured. And then this lovely piece. Love that. And then also memories. So she has all these goodies to make this altered file folders. It's not folder, it's folders. Her own. More butterflies. We've got butterflies everywhere. I'll put that back in prettier later. And so at the top, this piece of fabric that I did a very tight ruffle on, I got at a thrift store, and it's a sheet. And you just wash it, washed beautifully. It's 100% cotton, and then put this little ribbon rose on it. Now, nope. Let's see if I can put this. Okay, great. This is another flip. I'll put these things back later. Another flip, and my little, I thought this birdie paper was so gorgeous that it didn't need anything else on it. So I just, excuse me, I put a little lace trim, a little lace here, a little piece of fabric that I tore. So that's why you've got these wonderful shabby edges. And the lace, I only adhered on the sides and top. Then I think the bird is absolutely gorgeous, and the roses, and I did die cut this out. Again, I don't remember which die that is. We've got Enjoy the Journey over here with the fleur de lis in the background. She can journal here. Love that. Here. Here. Or if she does have a typewriter, how cute would it be to type on these? And then have that typewriter somehow close by to show she typed. Excuse me. I also did a little matchbook for her, and I used my stickles here, and that is the Stardust one. And then this wonderful cotton lace is from Dollar Tree, y'all. And then I had dyed the seam binding, and then cut up some trim, applique trim, and then a little butterfly. And then you open like so, and then just some papers that I ripped like one edge. I know when Jennifer does anything like this. She rips all the sizes of the paper, but I think we should all be inspired by others, but do our own thing. So that's one thing that fits in this pocket. And then in the other pocket, I have that hanging out like so. I made this little journaling goodie, and it is a doily, as you see, and then it is lined with the coffee filter that is tea dyed. And then there's the paper from the paper pad, some lace, another little snippet of trim, and then I have the Martha Stewart circle cutter. I'm pretty sure Handsome got me that. And then just took some paper. I did the 3-hole binding and tied it with this is embroidery floss. And I wish you could feel this coffee filter. Oh, I love it. And as you see, coffee filters, even though it was tea dyed, it takes the vintage photo distress ink really well. And then that goes this side of the pocket. And let me close that. And then here, you have another flip out. And this is her little file folder that I made for her. I did this for the other giveaway as well. Several things, the pockets like this also. Thank you, Trina, again, darling. And this is that wonderful paper, dyed seam binding of mine. Then I absolutely love playing with bulb pens. And I have on here, I grab a die that I got from Amazon that's all these teeny tiny tags, and let me put it this way, and just inked around it with the vintage photo. Then I had coffee dyed this piece of lace. This is a piece of fabric. Then the letter F is the charm for fun. I hope she has a lot of fun working with everything. And then a teeny tiny little button, and I don't remember where I got it, and then a little bead. And then inside, speaking of making this her own, she gets the paper from the paper pad. I love that piece. Oh, so pretty. This one too, it's just yummy. There's one I thought she'd enjoy with memories. So, and that goes here. And then I like to place this over, put my butterfly, and you've got to be careful because I've only put, I'm sure Jackie understands that I only put glue in the middle of the butterfly so the wings can come up. And then in the center here, we have, you know, stamped here. I did put this here like the other one. In fact, this is, I'm pretty sure, the exact one I put on the other one as well. And then I made this out of coffee filter. It's a matter, in fact, I'm going to have a video. I did a video, sorry, did a video where I work with coffee filters and see how many pockets you make here. And you don't, you can, depending on where you glue, you could just make 2 pockets if you wanted. This reminds me so much of an ice cream cone. And then I had some very wide lace that I put here. Then I put some embroidery floss here, and then another, oh, and a ribbon behind there. I don't know if you can see it very well. There is a little sheen to it. And ribbon behind, then the embroidery floss, then the little fussy cut rose. And so therefore you can put, like, I made this little tag, and this is vintage seam binding that I dyed over here in this pocket. And then I thought it might be fun just to have the lace in that one. And she can journal front and back, or tiny little pictures or what have you. And then that goes into this pocket. And that's a postcard one that I thought it would, if she wanted, you know, to put a picture here. Excuse me. And then right here. And then, again, thanks to Jennifer. Jennifer, of course, hers are stunning. Trace of Sparkle. She did a video where she did the guest check receipt, and it's a matter of folding it up to making it, she works with pink in the background, mine are green, to fold it up to make a little pocket. And then this is some of these are from the paper pad, and then these little white, darling, tiny little, that's from that die cut set I was telling you about from Amazon. If you die cut all of the tags, they're just so tiny. Thought she might like. This clip, this gorgeous green clip, is from Hobby Lobby. I got 75% off a few years back. And then she can take this off. And again, Jennifer does these. She does them differently. Like I said, I think we should all put our own spin on stuff. But I think she got the idea from Girl on a Ridge. I'm pretty sure, but I can't swear it. But, you know, I put the tracing paper on top so it would even soften more. This is vintage paper here. This is not. This is from Amazon. This one's from Walmart. And then this one's Amazon. And then this is a Prima stencil that I did for the white there. I'm always like to stencil on the white side. And Handsome said it looked like a bee's honeycomb. I told him, speaking of honeycomb, I said it reminds me of cereal sitting in chocolate milk, or stones in the dirt, you know, that were laid flat like for a patio. And of course there's the other side to the paper. And this, of course, is where it clips onto, okay? And I'll put that back later, save some time. Okay, and then on the back, we have here, this is the pink paint dyed coffee filter again, where, as I showed in my video, you can make a nice little ruffle with. And then this is from a different paper pad, but I thought matched beautifully with the paper pad that had the die cut with the view one. And I did the little tiny envelopes, and then there's some stamping in the background of that. On this side, as you see, there's, again, I'm going to get up, make sure, okay. On this side, you can see that it's, I did not make this envelope. I purchased that at Tuesday morning a long time ago. But I did do the little collaging here, and we're dealing with roses and some music notes, which, like I said, just match perfectly. This little darling little trim in the middle here, that came from Michael's like 3 years ago. And then, of course, I only glued the envelope down on 3 sides so that she could have this to picture. Since she's going to make it her own, I didn't do it, but if it were me, I'd put an oval there and an oval there. I've got quite a few oval dies, and to write on. But again, since I want her to make it her own, and then this die, again, I've had it for so long I don't remember where I got it. And then you open this. Oh, I don't have to open it because I tell you, I'm not going to put what goes in there until after the video's over. And what goes in there is this. and the reason I didn't is because it's going to flatten it out to a certain degree. And I'm not going to take this out because it'll be a surprise for Jackie what's within it. But I don't know if you can see, this is a bag as well. And I decorated it with the doily. And then I did a few circle punches. There's a butterfly under here too, 3 butterflies. The paper matches the, yep, I did the front of this, which what I call like a little change purse. I did the front of this to match the front of the envelope, and that's what goes in there. Okay, and then on this side I took a, let me get this stuff out. I took a business envelope and then put this wonderful paper, it's not cardstock, it's paper, I love that piece, on the front of it. And then, you know how you score it and then glue the sides. So you've got a pocket here, let's see this, a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here. And I did, if you wanted to, you could do the 3 sides, but I wanted the butterfly to show, so, well, you only see a little bit of it, but when she takes that one huge tag out, then she'll be able to see that. But you could only, you know, you could have another pocket behind there if you just did this, glued the 3 sides. So inside this one, there's applique work and, or appliques, and a little lace, and then this is fabric that I dyed on this one, and then the bird is a little sticker from Hobby Lobby. Then this is paper from the pad. This was one of the cut aparts, and then she can journal on that and place pictures too. And then on this side you have just a little place for either a picture and journaling or journaling alone, with some curtain lace. And then this is a Martha Stewart punch, and then the paper that that is the pad, then the white over that, little rose from trim, and then one of my white die cuts. Okay, and that goes here. Oh, wait a minute. No, it doesn't. These don't go there. They go in the second one. Okay. I'll fix them later. And then another little booklet. And with the paper, with some lace on the binding because it's staples and I like to cover them up personally. And then this, as I showed in my previous video, this is, under here is the dyed coffee filter. And then these 2 flowers I got years ago and just placed one on top of the other, and then put a little flat back pearl in the center, which goes here. So that's what goes into the altered file folder, except, like I said, this will go in that one envelope. And then I didn't have a spot for this because the ribbon rose is so dimensional, so I'm going to include that as well. And then my card, here's the envelope. And the fun thing about this is this stamp was actually on one of the papers in the paper pad. And then I have a stamp, Bo Bunny stamp that cancels them out. And I didn't want to cancel it all the way over it because I wanted her to still see his face. And I just used my decorative scissors, these guys from Fiskars, to cut around it. Make it more stamp-like. And then here's the card. And you've got your music notes. Then I did, like I said, I have quite a few dies in the oval. And then tore this to kind of look good with the oval. And then used, let's see, use this from We Are Memory Keepers, this tear guide on this. But as you see, sometimes I was like, oh, well, good enough, and tore it in places myself, and tore this differently too. Okay, and that's it. That's what I have to show you that I've been working on lately, and now I'm going to get back to my cards for kindness. So I've got, I think it's 41 now, and I have a goal, and I told Handsome about it, and he was like, honey, can you do it? And I said, I'm really going to try. The good thing is I don't have a time limit, so if you don't have a time limit, it's like, yay! I'd like to thank you all so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.